Welcome to another episode of Void City Reviews. I am Dan.
I'm Toast.
And today we are going to be looking at some wrestling figures I found. I got lucky and found one of each of these guys at two different Targets.
Oh.
I had not thought I was actually going to find both of them because
You found these at Target. I have not found.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two different Targets. I was kind of surprised because a lot of places don't seem to be getting these AEW figures so much anymore.
No.
Yeah. I mean, like Walmart doesn't have any space for them anymore. I found Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy from current day AEW.
I was going to say characters that I know, but people that I know, wrestlers that I'm familiar with.
Right? Wrestlers you actually know, but you remember them from more back in the day on WWE.
Yes.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of similarity.
oh yeah, they're basically the same guys.
I don't recall the face paint.
No, that's a more newer thing. So
Is that face accurate? Because
yeah,
that's a pretty young face.
I mean he still looks pretty much like that when he shaves the sides, but there's kind of like the grayish kind of going on there, and then his beard's a little bit off to the side there, but yeah, he's got kind of that like slightly rounder Jason David Frank thing going on there.
Yes, there's that.
But that's just what his face looks like. So,
Let me see this one.
but that's a good face for him. And here is Jeff Hardy with his crazy face paint that changes like every single match.
So I'm not familiar with the AEW figure line. Are there different like tiers similar to?
I mean, kind of, but
is there
not
an
the
ultimate
same
equivalent?
Yes, we looked at that Sting figure, and also we were going to look at a CM Punk, but we looked at the Sting figure. We looked at a couple of like Darby Allin and stuff like that.
I'm kind of wondering about the price point versus like accessory count and amount of paint and sculpt detail and all that stuff. This guy, well, he has painted belt. He does not like it all.
Yeah.
It's a completely black belt. I don't know if that's accurate.
That is.
I kind of wish.
Differentiates. That's why he's had this stuff there.
Like he's got the studs and he's got a belt buckle that I wish were painted, but maybe that's accurate. I don't know.
They might be able to have some paint. I was going to say, talking about clown feet, these guys have some pretty huge Angus feet.
Huge feet.
Yeah.
I do like the pop of white though.
Yeah.
Because they are extremely black figures.
Yeah, and they are actually, if you haven't noticed yet, the same figure, except for their heads. And except for this little guy and his belt there. But these are the same figure. But I mean, they're the Hardy Boys. They basically are the same guy, except for their heads.
They're close to the same size.
Yep.
And, you know, their heads are different.
I enjoy that they got his gauges in his ears correct, the big holes in his ears. Oh, wow, I didn't even notice. That's pretty awesome. This head is pretty good.
Am I hallucinating? Did his shirt have swirls?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You didn't notice those just now? I was waiting for you to notice those.
No.
It took me a while to see those, too. I thought those were sculpted at first when they were in the package, and then I opened it. I'm like, oh, those are painted on?
I thought they both had just black shirts.
Nope.
And it took me until 4 minutes in to notice there are swirls. That's not great.
Yeah, towards this part of their career, yeah, they both were dressing in like the black outfits. They came out in this kind of outfit. This is pretty accurate. There's a match where they were like this. They both come with alternate hands, so you can have them do alternate wrestling things.
Of course, fingerless.
Yeah. They're the same hands also, just his are painted and have his hand tattoos.
Oh, yes. His finger details.
Yeah, he's got hand tattoos or face. I don't know if those are tattoos or if they're painted on. Those might be actually tattoos. He's covered in them. But it actually has like how the sleeves go down and wrap around his hands. Those are his sleeves. Mm-hmm. And then for Matt Hardy, they are just gloves.
Yeah, I was a huge Hardy Boys fan because they were incredible back in the day.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped watching wrestling, and he's got kind of a loose.
Yeah, some of the joints. That's one of the problems with the AEW figures is after their initial first run of figures came out and were amazing, they busted into two different tiers because there's like gold ones in the box, then there's like silver boxes. I can't remember if these were gold or silver boxes. But the silver one, there's nothing different about the sculpt at all. It's just like the paint isn't quite as good, it seems. And sometimes it feels like the quality control on them's not as great, like you were finding out with his kind of loose arm there. But
I mean, there's a
if you can find the good faces, then usually the faces are still pretty darn good. There's only been a few where I thought the faces looked horrible.
the faces are good. I would say my one. Well, I've got a couple of things. The heads are good, and that's important. What
They
gets
seem to be
me
the right scale, which is also important.
What gets me a little bit is you can tell the bicep is painted, obviously, because it was molded in skin tone, and then you painted that. But it's not as black as the black molded plastic.
Yeah.
And then I would like just a matte finish over all of this because
He is shiny.
insert pun. But yeah, the segmented, you can see right there, the different segments of the pants are different levels of shine.
Yeah.
So matte finish over all of it, but the heads are good, and that's crucial. I mean, you get the head right, and
Yeah.
it goes a long way.
You can do their poses. You can have them stand in the ring doing like the pose. So that's good.
That's awesome.
And the face is right, and it got the face paint right.
These are good. If there were whatever Attitude Era,
There are.
I would be tempted, and I'm thankful that I haven't seen them. Ultimates are the only tier of wrestling figure that I have bought and would consider getting, and which is why I was asking if there's like an AEW equivalent of Ultimates.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is basically those super, like the
the
giant
Sting-
box, like
the Sting
Sting
level?
with the side view panel. There's a Cody Rhodes, there's a Chris Jericho, there's a CM Punk, and there might be a couple other ones. There are also some like ringside exclusive figures for AEW, like on that website, and they have some really nice ones too. Like they've got a Jeff Hardy that has all of his blacklight stuff, so he's wearing the blacklight arm sleeves that are all stripy, and he's got blacklight face paint. So his whole self, like, it looks just like on the show for that night where he came out and it was all glowing. It looks awesome. It's a really cool figure. It's kind of like the McFarlane Blacklight figures, except it's actually something that happened and it looks accurate. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
Face paint's well done.
Yep. He spends a long time putting that stuff on.
It looks like
It's like different every night.
is it Johnny Depp Tonto?
Except not.
Not terrible.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, these are good figures, and it's people I know.
Yeah.
And that's great.
That is great, because usually when I buy wrestlers now, you're like, who's that?
I don't know
I don't know who that is.
Orange Julius is.
Yeah. Orange Cassidy.
I know.
Orange Julius. That's funny. I'm happy I found them both. Like I said, I had seen this guy and I left him because they didn't have Jeff. And then I found Jeff at a different Target and I was like, ooh, I just saw him yesterday. So I grabbed him thinking, well, if they don't have him, I'll just return this guy. But I went back to the other Target and he was still there. And my next one, they had a Samoa Joe. I might go back and get Samoa Joe. Do you know who he is?
I know the name. I think way back when my grandpa was watching. So like genuinely 80s wrestling.
Then no, that's not the same Samoa Joe.
Okay. Then no.
Okay.
But like way back. Cause
I think you're thinking of like The Rock's dad.
possibly. But yeah, that's going back legitimately 40 years.
Oof.
To whenever my grandpa was watching, and like I would be at their house when my parents were at a car show for the weekend, and he would watch. He was a fan,
as everyone should be. I'm happy I found them, and I will keep my eyes open for more really cool figures if I can find them. Like I said though, some of the AEW figures lately, the quality has not been as great in my opinion. The likenesses haven't been as good as they could be. I think the paint is an issue on a lot of them. They just don't look as good, even though the sculpt and the articulation is still there.
Yeah, everything else looks good.
Yeah, it's not like the WWE figures where if you get the basic ones, it has like 5 points of articulation. Then if you get like the elite figure, it's got all the points of articulation. Then you get the ultimate figure, it's got accessories and extra heads and it looks even better. The real face on there. So it's not like that level of difference. All the figures do have the same sculpt and articulation throughout the board. It's just, I think, the level of paint detail and accessories they get, and then box, basically.
Okay. Oh, he's got barely seen neck tattoos. That's a level of detail that is.
Oh, yeah. I don't think Matt's got really any tattoos visible on him. none. But
That's well
Jeff's
done.
like covered in tattoos. I remember back in the day, he was on Ink Master, and they gave him a tattoo, and it was horrible. And he was embarrassed afterwards. He's like, "Good thing I wear pants over this part of my body usually." And he was like, I'm sort of like upset about this. Like, I'm legit. Like, I have to go on TV. I'm like, well, they're seeing it right now on TV, buddy. Like,
Holy cow.
that's what happens when you get a free tattoo from someone who hasn't slept in 2 weeks.
Oh, boy.
Yep, Ink Master. Great.
Okay.
Oh, well. Good times. Come back, Dave Navarro. Well, let us know if you found any of these cool figures. I think the only one I'm really, really looking for right now is the old school version of Sting. He was in one of the recent waves, and it's the old blonde-haired, like, surfer dude version of Sting from before the crow makeup and all that stuff. And it'd be kind of cool to have a figure of that version of Sting. I don't have any of that yet, so.
Cool.
Otherwise, that's about it. I can't really think of any other wrestlers I'm looking for right now that I don't already have. So we'll get to looking at some more of those. I do have a few more that you do know as well, and we'll look at those in a future date. I guess until then, let us know if you guys have luck finding these guys anywhere. Do your stores still carry AEW figures? Target's the only one I can think of that still has them anymore. Walmart, nope. So let us know. I guess, I'm Dan.
Toast.
And we're still terrible at ending videos.
CMYK Punk.
Orange Julius Cassidy.